Hi,
What's
am I zoomed
up?
in?
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I can't complain. Can't being entertained by you and the whole cast. I mean, it's just, man, it saved my quarantine. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
Right,
Definitely entertaining.
right, definitely, definitely. But I want to talk about everything because
Yeah,
there's
we can
so
talk about
much.
it.
Yeah, there's so much good to talk about. But to begin with, like, how did you even get set up with like the audition? Like, how did you find out about it? Were you nervous? Because it was like COVID too. So I give you a lot
Right.
of credit.
Okay, so basically I had a friend who was casting it.
Okay.
And like all my friends, they always tell me like you need to be on reality TV, you need to be on TV. And so it was just basically like the opportunity fell in my lap and my friend was like, I'm casting for a show. I want you to come
Okay.
to auditions. And honestly, I was at the auditions and I was gonna leave.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, so when I was there, I was there for like 5.5 hours. Like I got
Damn.
there, no, yeah, I got there at 5 and I didn't leave until like 10, 11 o'clock. So I was ready to go.
I could imagine.
Yeah, I was ready to go, but I stayed, thugged it out. I was super nervous. I was
Even.
super nervous because I didn't know what to expect. And
Yeah, that's what I want
yeah,
to ask you. Like, what did they make you do? Like, what was the audition process like? Like, how was
honestly,
it?
it was just I was around a bunch of just different people, women, men. It was just it was very diverse and it was very different. I was around a bunch of different people, like I said, but then like when they called me up and I seen Michael Blackson, Jackie Long, and Chance's brother, I didn't know what to expect because I could hear the things in the comments that they were saying to the other girls. So
Yeah.
that's when I was really nervous.
Yeah, I could imagine. Yeah, it had to be. Yeah. Well, like,
Yeah.
what? How did you feel like when they said like you got it? Because I'm sure there was thousands of
Yeah,
people.
there
But
was a lot of girls. Like, so to pick 15 and then to be told that I got it, I was shocked. I was so shocked. Let me get in like a little quieter area.
you're
I
good.
was I was really shocked.
Like, I guess like how much before did you really have to quarantine for like was that?
No, but they did take a lot of precautions on set to make sure that we had a COVID free set. The production was wearing masks and like I mean of course we couldn't just because we're the
Yeah.
ones that are filming, but as far as doing everything to take precautions to be safe, they did do that. Zeus did do
Dope,
that.
dope. Now, question I want to ask you too, like, because like you said, there were so many people at the auditions, and then like you said, 15 girls are picked. Like, did you bond with any of those girls during the auditions, or did you kind of not even know any of them?
Yes, actually, I did. I ended up bonding with Special K.
Okay.
Yeah, I bonded with Special K at the audition. Oh my god, I'm sorry. It's a little loud
You're
around
good,
here.
you're good.
Um, I might go into the hallway.
You're good.
But no, yeah. So I bonded with Special K from the beginning. Like as soon as we sat down, we clicked. Like being just girls from LA and auditioning and what we finna do and what we finna expect and how we gonna come in the house. Like me and her definitely bonded.
Dope, dope. Like, what did you expect? Like the first that episode where he's just roll up and he's get out of the truck. I mean, that's what is like the long van.
It
Like,
was so hot. Like
was it?
it was the hottest day in LA. So it was like 110 pushing. I think
And
it was
LA don't
so
play
hot.
with the
Huh?
weather. LA don't play with that heat when it's hot in the
Exactly. It
summer.
was so hot. So all of our wigs is lifting, makeup is melting. We hopping out the car and then we couldn't have the AC on because we're mic'd up and then the AC is getting picked up from the mics. So we was
Oh
burning up. Like it
damn!
was just like at that point everybody was like, we're just ready to get inside the house. Like we're just all over it.
I didn't even think of that. That's a good. Yeah, with the AC, you can't put that on because it'll pick up
Yeah.
on all the audio.
Yeah, and so people been coming for like everybody like, oh my god, your lashes lifting, wig is lifting. It's like y'all don't understand. Like we was in hot weather. Like oh my gosh, it was hot, and then carrying our heavy bags and just like the whole process being just around a bunch of people at one time. It's just a lot. Like oh my gosh.
Yeah, I could imagine. Like, how much recording did they actually do? Like, was it a lot, or was it like? Because I know
I
I've heard
mean,
so many different scenarios from reality TV.
right. Every day we were filming for long hours
You were
because
okay.
we couldn't get stuff done from since the first day. Everybody was fighting. Like, yeah, since the first day, like, Mangina and Roly Poly went into the house fighting. They already had beef. So it was just like we couldn't get to do a lot of the things that, you know, we were supposed to do on certain days because due to the excessive amount of fighting.
Yeah, and that's one thing I give you props on. Like, you never started the fight.
Never.
You were just like, in half of the fights that you got involved in, you were like trying to stay low key. You were just like, yo,
Yeah.
I'm good. Like,
yeah, definitely. I'm not the one to start a fight at all, but I finish it. But I'm not. Yeah, I never start a fight, and I feel like a lot of the girls, they tried to pick on me to kind of like test my gangster because I went into the house, you know, like talking how I was talking, and you know, yeah. So,
but you were just speaking the truth. You weren't like
right.
That's how I felt of you. Like I liked you right away. I was like, yo, I like her. Like, she just cool people. Like, I just understood you. Like, because I know so many people do so much for television. That's why I want to ask you too. Like, with the girls, how bad was it from? I know, like, off camera, they're the nicest people in the world, and then on camera, it's like,
yes,
yo, like how bad was that? And who was the worst?
It was horrible. I didn't know that these girls were actresses. Okay, I did not. Like, when cameras was rolling, that's when girls was turning everything up times 10. Like, because like I said, I was cool with everybody. I didn't go into the house with no beef with nobody. I was cool with everybody. But then when cameras would turn on, that's when everybody started talking about certain people and like doing a little bit of, you know, shysty stuff. A lot of people was doing stuff for TV, and a lot of people was, you know, because they don't want to look bad. They don't want to look like a punk. They don't want to look a certain way. So they're trying to uphold an image. Because a lot of the girls went on the show as their, like, AKA, you know what I mean? And it's like, we all have an AKA. We all have our, you know, our other personality. And so a lot of the girls were trying to, like, project that for TV so that the world could see that that's how they are. But a lot of girls aren't like what they were trying to do.
Yeah. That's all makes you too. Like, the first episode, what was it? Like, everyone was against Mangina, I remember. And I remember he threw something at you, and you popped off because, like, you weren't even involved. You were just chilling. Literally, you, like, walked up, I remember, and it just, like, hit,
it just popped off. And I felt, too, like, this is a woman. And regardless, and the thing about it, a lot of people don't know that Mangina is not transitioning into a woman. So, as far as that goes, Mangina is still a man. Okay? And there's no feminine, like, aspect. You know what I mean? Like, you get what I mean? So, like, I feel like in that sense, regardless, you're a man, and I feel like you shouldn't be attacking any woman. And that's really where I was coming from. My stuff, like, stuff was flying, and then it's stuff hitting me in my head, and I'm like, no, y'all have beef, y'all take that somewhere else. I don't want to be in the middle of it.
Yeah, and one thing that was super dope, I felt like so many girls didn't want to do the natural challenge.
Yeah, they didn't.
Like, so many were afraid. Like, who was the one chick? I forgot. The one chick that
Karen.
was the duo. Karen. Yes, Karen. Like, she was just like, I'm like, come on.
Hilarious. I mean, but
she was for real.
But honestly, I feel like both of them are very beautiful without their makeup, and that's just more of a your own insecurity. But because beauty's in the eye of the beholder, and you know, we all have insecurities, and sometimes we all look in the mirror. Like, nobody's perfect, you know, and we all have our own insecurities. It's times where I look in the mirror and I'll be like, damn, like, I'm not cute. You know what I mean? Like, I have those days, you know, where I feel like I want to put makeup on to make me feel prettier. And I feel like if that's what makes her feel pretty, then I'm all about it. But I thought both of them are beautiful with and without makeup. So
no, see, the funny thing was, when I first heard about the challenge, I thought he was gonna make the girls, like, take off a wig or a weave, and I was like,
he tried to make me take my wig off.
Really?
Yeah.
He did say it a little, but you were like, no, I just glued it, like,
but Chance did get a chance. He got the chance to see my natural hair. A lot of people don't know, but Chance definitely see my natural hair, and he could vouch for me that I have hair.
That's awesome. Like, who, I guess, because, you know, the show's almost over now, which sucks. I wish it was, man, but who did you really bond with once you got on, like, in a couple days in? Because I know in the beginning you're kind of have your guard up because you don't really know who's there. You don't know if someone's going to steal something from you. Like, you don't know. People shiesty. That's what I'm saying. People shiesty as hell, especially if you got designer stuff laying around, and you know, they say you use a threat. They're going to try to do something, but won't tell you. But yeah, like, who did you really, really bond with? I know you said Special K at the auditions.
Cheeks.
Cheeks. Okay.
Yeah, me and Cheeks have a relationship now outside of the show. Like I support her 110% with any and everything that she does. That's her true friend. Like she's there for me as much as I'm there for her, and it's I feel like it built a sisterhood, you know. And unfortunately, there was some beef within others, but I feel like that shouldn't have went down because really, every
Hmm.
girl in the house has a different personality, and every girl in the house was honestly cool. You know, everybody
Okay.
is cool, and I feel like it could have been a sisterhood more than the bickering. But as far as Cheeks, Cheeks is my dog, and I got her. Like,
Yeah, what I felt was interesting because like when I watched back in the day, like Flavor of Love and I Love New York and Real Chance of Love, like they showed a lot of in the bedrooms, like each of their beds. They
right.
really didn't show. They just showed like a couple of y'all all on one bed. Like how? What do you know? Like why they didn't film more? Like they didn't show you like individually sleeping at all. Like
No,
I found it
honestly,
interesting.
I'm not sure why they didn't air that because that we all had like I mean there was cameras in every room.
Yeah.
So there was definitely times where I mean that we were filming and we would be in our rooms, we would be talking and stuff, but a lot of people didn't air. I mean, a lot of people. Production did not air a lot of scenes that I feel like should have been aired.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. I hope they do. I need more because I like it's that show. Like it brought me back to my childhood. Like I was like,
Right.
oh, this is what I'm missing in my life. But like the horse ranch, man, it was going so smooth. Y'all were good the whole day doing like each of the challenges. What was like 4 of you or 5 of you in each
It was like
challenge?
4 or 5 in each one.
Yeah, like each like picking up the crap and like the hay and you know,
Yeah. We all had different the troublemakers. We had to scoop shit up.
yeah, exactly, yeah. Like how did it like did it just turned so bad literally when you were waiting to get into the truck like the vans
Yeah, and
like
honestly, that caught me left field because we were just sitting there at the haystack, and everybody was kind of like just talking.
you said
And
to be tired.
I'm sorry, say that again.
I said you said to be tired too because you were in the sun all day like
Yeah, it was hot. It was hot, and then
yeah.
the shit was hot. Like I have shit on my feet now. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't prepared to wear. I wore Gucci sandals. Okay,
You
like I
did,
was
yep, I
not
remember, yeah.
and I'm gagging. Like I was not prepared for none of that because I would have came with a mask and some more. But I mean, we were all just chilling. Everything was good. But like I said, when cameras start rolling, that's when people start, acting. And I feel like from there, like I said, we were all chilling, having a conversation before cameras was even there. And next thing you know, that's when Mangina, came for me. And from there, it was just up.
Oh, I was waiting for your people to roll up. Like I was like I knew they wouldn't let it happen, but I was just in my mind like praying like and I thought it was so dope. You were allowed to use your phone
Yeah.
because back in the day you couldn't. It was like nothing, no social media, no communication with family or friends. So
Right.
like how dope was that though? Like
That's
actually,
super fire. I loved it because I love my phone. And then I feel like outside of the show too, I have other business that I take care of. So it kind of allows me to stay connected
hmm
outside of, this job. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, so, which was really cool. And it made it a little more comfortable too, as well. Being able to,
yeah,
I feel like being able to talk to my mom and my brothers and my family, especially
hmm
in situations like that when stuff is going on and I
yeah.
feel alone, like, and in a situation like that, it's like, okay, I'm gonna call my family. That's when I needed my phone, So I feel like it was good. It was great. I loved
Yeah.
it.
And another thing I noticed, like I gave y'all all props because y'all were in that van. Y'all, I thought one of y'all were gonna throw down because y'all were so. It's different in a house. You could space out, or
Right,
security
right,
grabs
right,
you. If someone would have popped off in that van, like it would have been bad. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. But
how did
one
any
thing
of?
about it, I'm not gonna put my hands on no man, and that's why I had
Mhm.
said what I said. Like I'll call my brothers, cause I'm not gonna do it. Cause if you put your hands on me, it's just gonna get real ugly. So it's just like I'd rather some men take care of it. And like he said, I got some girls for you, and it's like okay, we can hash it out like that.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
I did have
Exchange.
people on the way. A lot of people don't know that I did have my brothers was on the way,
Yeah.
but production was not having it. Production was not having it. Okay, like, and I respect Zeus. I really love Zeus as a network, as a family. I feel like it's a family now. And I have a lot of
hmm
respect for Lemmy, Lamel, the CEO
Yeah.
and all of that. So and like once they were telling me like you need to calm down and don't nobody need to be pulling up, that's when I had gathered myself and I'm like, okay, you know what? Because I do respect you guys, and I know if my folks get here, this whole set is gonna be done.
Yeah. No, definitely. Yeah. And
Yeah.
with Corona and everything, it would have been
Right.
like,
Yeah.
I tell you the truth, I didn't even realize y'all were in Corona times. I thought maybe this was filmed like half a year before. I didn't really know because until we heard, and seen all the camera crew with masks on, I was like, oh snap, they were like, I give you a lot of credit because a lot of people I feel would have been, a
Yeah. We
little,
definitely wasn't filming every day. I mean, and then you don't know who's around who. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like we were definitely. I feel like we were all kind of risking our lives being on set.
yeah. I want to talk about, everyone's talking about, like, you had one of the main scenes that had quality time with Chance. Like,
Yes.
you're one of the only girls that actually showed, like, in his bed, not doing anything, but just, talking to him. And because they really didn't show that a lot. It was more, like you said, there was too much fighting, really,
Yeah.
sometimes. And I guess that's going to sell more, so they'll show that more than. But you got the chance
Right.
to
Right.
actually, like, sit down with him and talk to him. So, like, how much time did you really have, would you say, besides that point, that one moment you had on camera?
I feel like it was a couple of times after that was
Okay.
off of camera that we individually had our like alone time and stuff. But I just feel like in that sense, me and Chance really bonded, and he
Yeah.
wanted to get to know me, and I wanted to get to know him as well. So I was
That's dope. Yeah. I was like, yo, she got the one scene. Like, no one else really had that. Like, I was shocked. I was like, no one else? I was like, huh, okay. Like, and
right.
how did you feel, though, when Mangina went, like, you know, how did you, I mean, like, because it's all he said, she said. And like you said,
Yeah.
Instagram is literally speaks, I mean, Instagram is nothing but a front. It's not like it's your real life. It's the perception you want someone to look at or believe.
Right.
What did you feel, though, when, he did that and just went a little chaotic, and Chance questioning you?
It pissed me off. I'm not even gonna
Yeah.
lie, especially because the things that he was saying, like I overheard when he had his scene with Chance and they were sitting there talking about me. I was standing at the bottom of the stairs the whole time. So I heard everything, okay? Before it even got back to me, I heard everything. So from that point on, I was really upset because the picture that he was talking about was a picture of me at my friend's house in Atlanta, and he's gay, and I'm
Yeah,
like, I do not live with this man, you know what I mean, like, and I
exactly.
just felt disrespected because I don't live in Atlanta, you know what I mean, like at the time I'm living in LA. I don't have a boyfriend. I'm not with nobody. So it's like now you're trying to do everything in your power to get me out of the house. And I
Exactly.
don't know. I'm
Yeah,
not
and
one for rumors. Like if you're gonna speak on me, speak facts. Period. If
exactly.
you don't have
Yeah.
nothing else to say, that's it. Like don't say nothing.
And like you were saying, I think like you and Yummy said on the show, like, yo, if I had a boyfriend, I don't think he
I
would
would not be.
want
Yeah,
me
if I had a boyfriend,
being.
I would not be on that
That's what
show.
I'm saying. Like, your boyfriend wouldn't want you on a show looking for another guy. Like, come on,
No, out
common
of respect.
sense.
And then like with
Like,
us, kissing and all that. No, like no. I have respect for
exactly.
me and the person that I would be with, and that would not happen at all.
Yeah. So the last episode, well, the last two episodes, like I said, you didn't start none. You were literally just chilling, like literally sitting like this. You just like you were enjoying yourself. To be honest, in the beginning, you were just like, "What are you even talking about,
I was
Rolly?"
confused.
Like
And you can
you were
see it in
so
my facial
confused.
expression. I'm throwing my neck back because I'm like, me and Roly Poly was cool just an hour ago. She hugging
That's what
on
I'm
me. Her mom came
saying.
on set. She was, complimenting my mother. Next thing you know, soon as the camera started rolling, she flipped. Her whole energy just was like on one. And I don't do stuff like that. Like I'm gonna keep it 100 from the jump. You know what I mean? And then anything in
Hmm.
regards to anything else, me and my friend will always be in loop. I'm gonna keep my homegirl in the loop. Like this, is what we doing. You know, but she didn't keep me in the loop. It caught me completely off guard.
Yeah, that was like, it was messed up. Like you said, everyone else's was going good. Like, they said a couple words against each other, but no one got on the level of her. She just started screaming, and I'm just like, yo, what are you screaming for? Like, are you high?
Yeah.
Where you're too high? Where you can't? You're getting a little
Yeah,
crazy.
I
Like,
don't do that. Like I'm not gonna sit there and scream and argue with nobody. Like that's just not me. Like I used to do it when I was younger, but
yeah,
it takes too much energy. So it's like especially if you sound crazy, it's just like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like, it really confused me. That's why a lot of people are like, well, Yodela wasn't really reacting and this, that, the other. But a lot of people don't know that I was so confused. Like, I'm literally
Me
sitting there
too.
twiddling
I
my
was confused
thumbs.
with
Like,
you. I was like,
yeah,
what's
I was
going
so
on? I'm like,
confused.
y'all weren't even feuding. So I was like, what? Like, and I wondered, one thing I keep on wondering about, if Chance would have had you and someone else, or Roly Poly and someone else, would it have gone that way too? Not you,
No.
but I'm saying for her,
Oh, with
it
Roly
was
Poly and someone else? Yes, of course.
exactly like,
Yeah.
would she have just popped off just for anyone just to get, you know, like, it's
Yeah, and
just,
I feel like she did that um to get a reaction,
mm-hmm,
unfortunately. And I wish she didn't do that because I would consider her, like, me and her was cool. You know what I mean? And I wish she didn't do that. And I felt like, me personally, I felt like she did it for the cameras. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, it caught me for a loop, especially when her and I were cool. But I don't know.
how long did that go on for? Because they dragged it out like
Yeah, I mean,
long.
it
That
went
was
on
two
for the rest of
episodes.
the whole rest of the time we were at the house, including after.
Uh huh.
It became personal because she started speaking on my mother, and she
Yeah.
started speaking on, she was lying, trying to say that, I was trying to extort the company because someone stole $10,000 out of my purse. um it was a whole lot of just different stuff going on,
Yeah.
and it turned real personal. And yeah, so even after that specific episode, it was smoke
Yeah.
every single day. Like, they made it a priority to have extra security following me everywhere that I went, just to make sure that I wasn't going to do anything to her.
Well, yeah, I was waiting for when you came around through the gangway and just
I was
popped.
trying so hard.
I was, I was like,
At
oh,
that
so
point,
she.
all bets were off. I was upset. So
Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah, because like you said, you were caught off guard. It's different when you're prepared or
yeah,
like you're about to be in a situation because you're ready. But when you're not, it's just like, yo, come
right.
on
Yeah, I
now.
don't.
Like,
And like I said, like, I feel like if you're a friend, be a friend. If we, especially, and we don't have to use the term friend, but if we're cool, be cool. That's it. Like,
exactly.
because I gave the respect. I was there for her since day one. Like, the only reason why me and Mangina really had feud was because of Roly Poly, and I didn't
Yeah, it
know.
wasn't. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, and what did you think of? So you're all mad already. You're heated from that, and then New York. Like, when New York entered, did you all know right away? Like, were camera crews all ready down there, and you just could all like kind of look down, or was it kind of like a surprise? Like they
It
wanted
was
to
a
keep it hush
surprise.
hush.
It was
Okay.
definitely a surprise. Yeah, it was a surprise. And then to see her kiss on Chance, that was a surprise. Like, none of us knew nothing about that at all. Even after, when they
Dang.
had their scene and they're sitting down and he's telling her, like, it's gonna be on you to pick the people, we didn't know none of that. Like, we were all sitting there anxious together. Like, we're like, what the hell is about to go on? We don't know what's going on.
Well, I want to ask you, like, what did you think when she was interrogating you? Like, because I know she wasn't, but she was. I mean, it's New York.
Mm-hmm.
She,
Yeah, she
I
definitely
mean,
was, and there's scenes that weren't aired as well. But New York has a big personality, and
mm-hmm.
she plays a big, big, big role in reality TV. You know what I mean? Like, that's
Yeah,
like the OG. I was
yeah,
watching New York when I was a little girl. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So her attitude before Bad Girls Club, before everything, you know, and when she was interrogating me the way she was, I felt like, this isn't your place. Like, I'm
mm-hmm.
not, like, why am I getting questioned the way I'm getting questioned? And I was already preparing myself to let her know that I'm leaving and there's really nothing for us to really talk about. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like, that was all it was. And I asked her a simple question just so she could elaborate more on her question. And she took that as a disrespectful comment or whatever,
yeah,
and just turned up from there. And I don't care, me personally, I don't care who you are, how old you are. You disrespect me, I'm turning up. That's just
yeah. Well,
especially at that
and I
point,
know
I was
you.
already upset.
That's what I'm saying. You were already upset, and then like when she was in your face, like with her finger in your face, I was like, oh, don't do that. Don't like that's
Like,
just for
everything
anyone.
in me not to put my hands on,
Exactly. Yeah, because I know
because the
that's.
respect is still there.
It's,
Like,
yeah.
and once I spoke to New York after, on and off camera, like when we were outside, me and New York, we can relate in a lot of things. And when I had expressed to her about like how she would react in regards to her mother, You know,
Mm-hmm.
she
Yep.
understood it, and I feel she told me, and it wasn't. I don't think it was aired, but she told me, she was like, "You remind me so much of me. Like, you don't take no BS, you don't back
Mm-hmm.
down, you don't tolerate no disrespect, and I love that about you." You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because her job was to come on and press every woman, but I was the only one that did not tolerate her disrespect.
Exactly. Yeah, and yeah, I like that about it. Like it was a mutual thing in the end. I feel with her,
Yeah.
like that a lot of other girls didn't get from her because a
No.
lot of girls just couldn't. They were almost like, I don't know. They just couldn't. Like you said, she's a big personality, and if
Right.
you can't, keep up with her, you're gonna get just dragged in a way. It's
New
just how
York
New
is a
York
different
is.
person. She's different.
She's.
She has a different
I wanted to
person.
ask you too, like, what like you said, you wanted to leave because were you just over it? Were you just like,
I was
yo,
over
this
it.
just isn't worth it?
Yeah, and I felt like I'm in a place now. Me being an adult, I have a lot to lose.
Yeah.
And once upon a time, yeah, I had my fair share of getting in trouble with police and
Hmm.
doing everything like that because of fighting. And I
Yeah.
feel like if I'm being put in a predicament where it's gonna take me back to my childhood ways, you know what I mean? That my best bet is to exclude myself. I don't want the money. I don't want any. I don't need the clout. I don't need any of that. I'm gonna just
Yeah.
exclude myself before I go to jail.
Yeah, definitely.
Really.
100%. Well, and what the crazy part is, I think about it, you think about reality shows back in the day, if someone touched you or did something, you were sent home immediately. Now, you kept there like, for more television. It's crazy. Like, did you ever have that in your mind, like thinking like, damn it, like I may get sent home because you really don't know either, you know?
Every night when I tell you from the first night, I thought I was going home. Every single night. Like, I used to like dread the elimination process because I'm like, damn, I'm about to go home. Like, me and Cheeks would have our conversation like, fuck, who finna go home? And I used to always think I'm gonna go home, like, because I just was like, I don't back down, and I don't know how to turn down, like,
Uh-huh.
and when I'm on go, like, I can make it look real good to where it's like I might tell security like, oh yeah, I'm calm, like I'm good, and
Yeah,
the next thing you know, I take off, like, so I'm like, damn, they about to send me home.
yeah. Like, how were eliminations minus the New York one? How were eliminations? Was there anything we didn't see that you could remember?
Um, I'm trying to think. Not that I remember, but there was a
Okay.
lot of like extra commentary that was going on that they did not include because, like, certain people will walk up, certain people get a hat, and everybody start talking mess. So
Really? Damn.
yeah, but a lot of, like, honestly, like certain scenes, even with Chance walking away and telling production like his lips stink, we didn't hear none of that.
Oh, you didn't hear that until you seen the actual episode?
Yes,
Damn. Oh, that sucks
that
for the people.
process, that process specifically took a long time. Like, when I tell you, like, when he walked away, it took a long time for him to come back. So we didn't know what was going on. But
Yeah,
when he
y'all were
came
just
back,
chilling.
yeah, we were just standing there. Like, our feet was hurting so bad. Like, we're wearing heels. Like, everybody's uncomfortable. It's hot,
And you're right
and
on top
he's
of
gone
each
for,
other.
yeah, and he's gone for a long time. And then once it got aired and it was told what he had said, it was like, oh my God.
Like, how nervous were you? Like, because I thought of when New York said, "Yo, I'm choosing the top two, and I'm sending four home." I remember on a preview. What was it? I think it was on Flavor of Love. I think she said, "It's my decision," but it really wasn't. She was just lying to the girls. And
Mm.
then, like, Flavor really had. But for you, for you all, it was for real. She was choosing.
Yeah, I think her and Chance had their own separate conversation.
Uh huh.
And she asked him, to my understanding, she asked him basically what his opinion was on all the girls, and he voiced his opinions, and then that's when she did her little interrogation, and
Uh
was
huh.
already like, I mean, like, you seen outside, she was telling me like, you're not going nowhere, like, that you
Yeah.
guys have your own connection, and so from there I'm like, okay, damn, you're right, like, I'm here for him, I'm not here for these other women, like, so I need to be strong and come back and
Yeah.
be okay.
Yeah, I want to ask you too. Like, when most recent episode, you and Yami are the top finalists. Did when the other girls were getting sent home, like, did you see it, or did they have all of you separate? So
When we were getting called up,
when you were all getting called up individually, and like 4 girls got sent home, and then you two stood
We were all
like,
outside. Like,
oh damn.
yeah, like it wasn't an individual thing to where we were all outside and they're just yelling names out. So we're just like, oh shit, like we're all literally sitting there like, who's about to go home? Like we're sitting there nervous and they're just calling names out. That's it. They're calling names out and people are turning around, walking, really frustrated. They're starting to go up because a lot of people didn't expect to go home. Like the people who went home
Oh
did not
yeah.
expect to go home. So,
Oh,
and
I
they
know
were
exactly who you're
very
talking
upset.
about.
When I was
Yeah.
surprised, when I got that hat, like I was like, what the fuck? Like I'm still here. Even after I told y'all, like I told everybody, including production, like I'm leaving this set, and I'm still
Yeah.
here. Like what is going on?
When, yeah, no, it was. I mean, I knew. When I first seen the top final two, I mean, when I seen y'all the first, I was like, yo, y'all got it. Like, I don't know. I think a lot of people could see the characters from normal people. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, people were putting on for the camera. Like, yeah, I get it, but if you ever want to be in a relationship, it's never really gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not realistic. I mean, come on now, you can't be a clown and be in love. Like, it's just
Right. Right.
like, come on. I want to ask you too, like when New York came, did you think at all he would bring her as like a third finalist? Because
I'm
like
sorry.
you're good. Like did you think that at all? Because she came back before with like Flavor of Love season 2. She came back in the game. Like, did any of you all talk about that? Like when you knew she was there?
Actually, in the beginning, we all had a conversation, and we were kind of like, "What if New York pops up?"
Yeah.
Like, and then next thing you know, she ends up coming. We're like, okay, why is she here? Like, once she got there, it was like, why are you here? What is your purpose? What are you gonna do? Like, we didn't know what was about to go on. I'm
Yeah.
glad she just played her role as, being the friend and trying to figure out who was actually here for her friend.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like, I want to ask you, like, what are some things that didn't air that you thought would have aired that really stood out to you? Because, like you said, I'm sure you got there's tons of footage in the vault. Like, what are some dope things you did? Either, I guess you could say drama wise or just fun wise.
Shit, I'm trying to think. I when I tell you, there's a lot of things. I do not remember a lot of stuff in that. I don't remember a lot of stuff that happened in the house, unfortunately, because everybody started drinking and a lot of the stuff, like I don't know, but I'm trying to think. Honestly, I'm surprised the beginning, like the first day when Roly Poly and Mangina was arguing about like standing in a spot. I'm surprised it was that was hilarious. That was the start of the show, like for sure,
Right
hands
off the
down.
bat.
And then there was a lot of times where Mike as well, Micah, his brother, had a lot of slick comments. Like they were really mean in the beginning. A lot of people don't know that they were really
Dang,
mean. Yeah, they were really
that's
mean.
crazy. I want to ask you too. Like, a lot of people when they drink, they turn into a different person.
Yeah.
Who out of the cast was like a complete 180 that you were like, dang, this is like I thought you were nice and chill. Who was like the most craziest? Would you say like drunk or high?
Mm, I think I think I'm sorry, hold on. I'm so sorry. I think one kinda
What? Okay.
yeah, one kinda when one kinda gets high and when she's drunk, it's a whole different personality. Like
See, I would have never thought that. I would have.
yeah, different. It's very and see a lot of people don't know too. See, I don't smoke at all. But when I'm high, like I'm real giggly, and it was a day. That's what they didn't air. It was a day when we were all outside and everybody was smoking. And so
Okay.
we were on the stage for eliminations. Everybody was giggling and laughing. Production was getting mad because we weren't doing what we were supposed to be doing. We weren't in line correctly. Like, and I was high. I was faded, okay? And I don't smoke. And I was giggling. I was kept getting in trouble. Like, but they didn't air that.
Dang, yeah. They need to do like an episode of like outtakes. Just
I hope they
all.
show behind the scenes because oh my gosh.
Yeah, they gotta like. It's
Yeah.
just.
There was some
Hold
funny
up.
there was a moment where see look, my memory's coming back.
Come
There
back.
was a moment where Grandma Ma was running around the house. I don't know. She has a real kid like personality, like
Yeah.
And she had on some big heels. She was already having knee problems, and she was running around the house, and her knee went out, and she just
Ooh.
slid over. Yeah,
It's not
like
funny, but it's funny. Like,
yeah, her knee went out, and I was like, oh no. See, yeah, there was a lot of funny moments definitely inside of the house that didn't get aired.
yeah, like how was Grandma Ma? Because like everyone said they loved her. Like, was she just really like just about having fun? Like,
Grandma was a different case. Okay, like I feel like that's a person who does stuff for camera.
okay.
All honesty, and like me and Grandma, I've never had a problem with her. I treated her like she was my grandma. Like I was telling my mom from day one, like she reminds me of Nanny, like my grandmother. As far as her young heart and her young spirit, but there was a lot of things that she was doing that was like a little iffy to me. Like at times where, I mean, just like in the scene with her and Cheeks getting into it, like
that was out of nowhere.
Yeah, and Grandmama was asking us to teach her how to twerk. We're teaching her different terms of like period and how to use like what WAP is and what that is. Like she wanted to know. She wanted to get put up on game so that she could, interact with us and understand our conversations. Due to her being from Poland, due to her being from Poland, she doesn't understand English and the jokes and everything. So she wanted to learn that, and we were teaching her that. And then next thing you know, she's playing classical music. Cheeks is twerking. Now she's mad. It was like, what the hell? But she only did that when the cameras turned on. It was weird.
So she knew what was up. She knew.
Yeah.
She wasn't that dumb, like you said. She was.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
It was a different case.
Exactly. And one thing I'm really happy because I feel like a lot of shows like this, they always bring back someone that was voted off. Like they didn't do it this time, which I was happy. I was like, please don't do nothing shicey where, it's because the only no elimination was the first episode. Otherwise, people were eliminated every time. I thought that was going to happen again. I was like, man, don't bring no one back, or I don't know. I just thought that.
I'm glad they didn't bring anybody back, honestly, because I feel like if they did, it would have just got messy.
Yeah.
And
100%.
More messy than what it already was, And I feel like if they did was to bring someone back, it would have been somebody that kept stirring the drama. So it would have just got worse. Like it would have never been any de-escalating to any situation if someone got brought back.
Yeah, definitely. Well, yeah, that's what I answer. No, I want to take all your time up, but you're the final two. Like I was so happy. Like you and Young, I was like, yes, these are the two I wanted. Like I was rooting for both of y'all. Like how was it when both of you got it? Like, well, I guess just for yourself. How did you feel? Like you said, you were around the other girls. Like,
yeah, I was shocked.
How was it?
I was shocked because I seen like Cheeks was upset, and I'm like, Plastica left with Karen, Plastica left with Karen, but it was just like that's when it got real, honestly. Because like in the beginning, it was all funny games. Like somebody gets eliminated, it's funny, like, oh, bye, peace out, like we don't care about you, like, But then that last day, that's when it got real, and that's when it was like, okay. Because, like, honestly, I thought I was going home. I didn't care if I was going to stay or go home at that point. So then once I calmed down and I had spoke with New York and she gave me my hat and told me I'm staying, that's when I was like, oh, shit, like, that's it. It's like, it's against me and Yummy. Like, that's it.
Well, yeah, and that's the other crazy part because it was 6 of y'all down to 2. Like, that's a big... You don't see that often. It's usually like, 4, 3, 2, then the winner. It's not from 6 to 2 in one episode. I was like, yo, this is...
I think because a lot of... Well, like because nobody got eliminated the first day due to the fighting. We couldn't... due to the fighting, we could not wrap things up. There was plenty of days where we couldn't wrap nothing up. Like, extra eliminations. Like, it was just... Oh, it was a lot. But... in that sense, that's when it was just like I said, it just was like, it was too real. Like, I don't know. It was crazy.
Yeah, I can't wait to see. But, like, I know y'all just did the reunion. You look gorgeous, by the way.
Thank you.
How was it, your first reunion? I mean, it's super dope. And how was the energy there? Was it, I know you can't say a lot because, it's not aired yet. But was it everything you thought, or was it different?
Um. Okay. So in the beginning, it was
Mhm.
everything I thought. Like, well, no, no, no. Actually, it was a complete plot twist. Honestly, like, because I wasn't. My intentions wasn't to go into the reunion, dealing with certain stuff that I dealt with. So once it happened, it was like everything that I prepared myself for the reunion, I wasn't
Yeah.
prepared for.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I can't wait to see that. But like, I guess to close up, what I want to talk about too, before we talk more about the show, talk about your makeup line because I know it just like sold
Yes.
out, and
Yes, it sold
you just
out
had to
for the third
restock.
time.
Yeah.
Yes, I restocked I restocked 3 times, especially the shade AK. That's everybody's favorite.
Okay.
Um, I restocked it 3 times and it sold out 3 times, and which is a
Congrats.
blessing. Honestly, it's a blessing because I've been working on cosmetics for a long time. A lot of people don't know that I'm a licensed cosmetologist. I graduated from Paul Mitchell, Pasadena. I went to Sherman Oaks and Pasadena,
Oh,
but
okay.
yeah. So I'm real into skincare. I know everything beauty, everything cosmetic. I know. So
Okay.
it was something that I've always wanted to do, and I've always wore lip gloss since I was a little girl. Like the little kits, like had my nails done, did all of that. And originally I was gonna drop my skincare line, and I was just like, no, let me do my lip gloss. And then for it
Hmm.
to sell out, and it's sold in 20 different countries. Like
That's dope.
and that's just when I checked a week ago. Like I'm getting orders from UK, Dubai, Qatar. Like it's unbelievable. Like it's so overwhelming. It's so unbelievable, and it like touches a soft spot in my heart because it's just like, wow. Like I have so many people who actually support me and who want to see me win. Dealing with this world. This world is an evil world. Like
Yeah.
it can get real evil, and just to see the amount of people who actually do support me is
Hmm.
like it's a blessing. I love it. It's like I don't even know how to like say thank you, like
Yeah.
and I haven't cried yet. It's like I got so much tears inside of me that I just want to like, cry
Exactly.
like tears of joy,
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Congrats on that. But to close up, now that you've done your first reality TV show, do you want to continue? Like, if they ever did like a Charm School 2.0, or like, would you ever be down for more reality TV? Is it something you actually enjoy? Minus, I know it's a lot of fighting, but
Yeah.
entertainment as well. So,
Yeah, 2021, stay tuned. I will
okay,
be on one of y'all TV again.
okay,
Yeah, definitely. I enjoy reality TV. It's a lot, honestly. It's
yeah,
honestly a lot because you deal with the good and the bad.
mm-hmm,
Um and both situations are overwhelming, the good and
yeah,
the bad, and being a businesswoman and being busy as well. And I do everything by myself. I don't have any assistant. I don't have anybody that's working for me.
mm-hmm,
I take care of all my own business, so it becomes overwhelming, but it's a good overwhelming because I'm busy,
yeah,
especially during this time. Like
yeah,
this is a time where a lot of people, it's a recession, really.
yeah,
A lot of people are losing money. A lot of people aren't making anything. A lot of people are losing their homes, cars, can't feed their children. And for me to still have a steady income is a blessing. Like I love doing hair, but Hollywood, like, kind of being in the cameras is always like my thing.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
it was always my thing, and I was something I always wanted to do. And the fact that an opportunity dropped into my lap in a time where, because in the beginning, like everybody talks about me, how I danced and I did this and I did that, and I did,
yeah,
and because unfortunately 9 to 5s don't make enough money.
yeah.
So I did what I needed to do, but I got out of that circumstance, and then I had a wonderful opportunity that fell in my lap. I took that, and now like my whole life has changed.
Yeah, like, and that's what I want to ask you too. Last, I guess, like, have you been approached a lot from people? Like, how has it been? Because you're in
Yeah,
LA, I mean, so I know people,
everywhere I
notice left
go,
and right.
honestly, I could be in like anywhere I go, I get recognized.
That's
It's
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah,
Like I'm not used to that. Like in LA, like I used to throw parties when I was a kid, so I was kind of like real known and like local.
yeah,
But like as far as being known worldwide, like not just in the US, but worldwide is like it's I don't even know. Like I get noticed everywhere I go.
Yeah, that's crazy. I can
Yeah,
only
I
imagine.
go for
Like,
scarves and stuff now. I be trying to
not,
be incognito, like, cause I'm human just like everybody else. So I don't always my hair might not always be laid. You know what I mean? Like, just being honest. Like, I might have my glasses on, and I'm just trying to be incognito, out eating with my family, and I see people trying to sneak pictures, and like, and I love taking pictures with people. Like, I feel like, and everybody that's on the live right now, like, you see me out, I love taking pictures. Don't do the sneak picture thing. You know what I mean? Like,
just
it makes
ask
me
you.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, but if you come and ask me for a picture, I love it. Like, cause I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them.
Yeah, no, definitely. Well,
Yeah.
no, I want to wish you all the best of luck. Like I said, thanks for entertaining my summer, well, the end of summer, because this was something I needed, and I think everyone needed some
Yeah.
joy. Even though
Yeah.
there's a lot of fighting, it just needed something. You know what I'm saying? This
Right.
year's been so negative, and it was a
Yeah.
little bit of positive, and it, like you said, it took over the world. Like,
Yeah, it
it's
did.
definitely one of the top shows.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that our show is #1.
That's
Okay.
what I'm
Yeah, our
saying.
show surpassed Black China and Jocelyn's. We have the #1 show on Zeus Network, and we're the #1, like, I think, reality TV streaming app as well, which is like, it's a blessing. Like, it's so crazy, like, and shout out Zeus, really, because them being a black owned network with
Mm-hmm.
diverse people, it's not just black people working, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
it's not,
it's a little bit
we
of
had a
everyone.
variety of set, you know what I mean? And everybody was so loving and so humble and so, like, everybody was just cool. Like, everybody
Yeah.
attended to different people's needs, and like, a lot of people we all have our own things going on outside of the show, personal stuff, and a lot of people, they were just there. They were just
Yeah.
there, like Lemmy and the rest, LJ, the rest of production, everybody, they were just there, and it's just like, I'm so glad and blessed that they presented me an opportunity that changed my life.
Yeah, definitely. Well, yeah, like I said, I want to wish you all the best. I hope to meet you one day, keep in
Yes.
contact.
Where are you
Like, I
located?
just moved, I'm back in Chicago. I just moved back from LA last year. Well,
Okay.
beginning of this year because of COVID. I
Right.
was out there alone. I was in Koreatown, then I moved to North Hollywood.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, but I was living out there. That's how, like, I know everything now out there. But I'll be back and forth once it gets a little normal. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
I definitely should make a trip. I should come to Chicago. We could do another interview.
yeah, yeah. Let me know whenever you're in Chicago. I got you. I'll tell you anything you need to know. Any people, yeah, everywhere in Chicago, I got you. So
Let's do it for
yeah,
sure.
definitely keep in contact. Stay safe. Have a good holiday. I can't believe
Yes, you
it's
too.
Christmas this week. Yeah, and
Yeah, I know. It's just so weird.
yeah,
Like,
and the timing, it's super
yeah, it's
weird.
so weird. Just not being able to be with our families.
Yeah, like it's just weird. But hopefully next year it's almost 2021. So like I said, I can't wait to see what you got for the future plan because
Yeah,
you said that.
2021. I hope everybody ready for 2021 because it's about to be real interesting. It's gonna get real lit,
Okay.
and it's just, yeah, it's gonna be off the chain. So
Oh, well, I appreciate you. Like I said, stay safe and yeah, have a great night.
yes,
Appreciate
you
you.
too. Happy holidays.
Okay, you too. Peace.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks.